Hey everybody, welcome back into K17 Reactions. You're here with Jimmy, your host. And today, I've only been back home here for a few hours, had jiu-jitsu practice tonight, and didn't do too bad for an old guy. But I decided before I hit the bed, I wanted to try to record 2 or 3 songs, react to them, and see how everything goes from there. So I'm going to react on this reaction. That sounds good. This reaction is going to be of somebody who I haven't done in a little while. And he has been one of my favorite discoveries since I started doing this channel. And I am talking about REN. And I know I've done High REN, Sick Boy, the Money Game Trio, what else? Tale of Jenny and Screech along with Violet. And then a few months ago I did the first 2 Vincent's Tales. I believe it was the Prologue and Sunflowers maybe. But anyway, I've done a lot of his. He's just fantastic. Storytelling is just out of this world. I could think of him, he would have been perfect back in the 70s because, you had so much more of a story type song than just, like verses. The verses actually said something to you, actually told you a story. It kind of grabbed a hold of you and pulled you in. And he is a master, at least in my opinion, of doing that. So what I'm going to do today, I'm going to react to the next installment of Vincent's Tales. And this one is called The Bedroom. I'll be watching the official music video on REN's channel. So please, if you're not already, go over to REN's channel, subscribe over there, give him a like, show support for him. What I'm doing here doesn't replace what he's doing. I'm just trying to find some good music, critique it, and go from there. So before I get started in all this, if you like what I'm doing here on the channel, please hit that like button. Also share, comment, subscribe. Like I always tell you, those things would mean the world to me, and I'd greatly appreciate it. Also, links to my Patreon will be down in the description, as also with a link to a 3-month free trial membership on my Patreon. And I also have a couple links down there if you would like to make a donation to help me with this channel, keep it going. I have my PayPal and Venmo down there as well. So get all the preliminary stuff out of the way. I can't wait to hear another REN song. This is Vincent's Tale, The Bedroom. So here we go.
you ever felt anger with nowhere to place it? Vincent felt cold, neglected and jaded, impotent, empathy castrated. Look for the new thing, always look for the new thing, but never look inside, never look within, without, above, below, same thing. Wait, it gets deeper than that. The insane thing is sane men living in insane terrain, contort insane brains that are kind of deranged, strange, without the factor of cause and effect. Factually, the man's a casualty of constant neglect. Let's start at the start. Vincent was born in the dark, home birth to a mother, painted scars on her arm. Track march from the dragon, China white in the palm. Shooting up the birth canal, Vinny fell out like yarn. Tumbled out, himself unraveling, and that was the theme. Exceptionally average grade, sprayed with low self-esteem. From the fire to the frying pan, painting it green. When it's the cash that rules everything around me. Cream, get the money, funny Vinny. He weren't ever good at hustling, shitty jobs that he was dead and stocking. Started a combustion, nothing. Pulled him out of debt, the debt collector's rushing to be stripping him of everything. Eventually, there's nothing. The cycle is a cycle for a psychopath on ice. The day repeats, the days are weeks, the weeks are most your life. When the day's done, it's the same one. It's a repeat, it's a rerun. A deja vu religion, a foreboding of a prison. Whole Britain, Great Britain, hell Britannia rule the waves. We started out with intentions and we ended up like slaves. Drink to kill the tension, but the drinks cost your wage. What helps you is what kills you when you're living too DK.
Oh, man. You know, I don't think there's really any of us reactors that can watch him and just not be in awe of his talent, to leading off with that guitar, basically leading into the song with a guitar solo. And I know that he's self-taught in virtually everything he does, which makes it all the more impressive. But, one thing I've noticed about all these tales, which is what he kind of talked about here at the beginning, is you go and look at the past of any of the characters in the tale, whether it be Jenny, Screech, Violet, Vincent, all having terrible upbringings, just the tragedy of that. Now, of course, Vincent, as far as I know, is not related to Jenny, Screech, or Violet like Violet was to Jenny and Screech. But with him, nothing would surprise me in the end. But just fantastic guitar and lyrics so far. So let me be quiet and let's get back in here.
Your wage, what helps you is what kills you when you're living too DK. And so it goes, Vinny starts to drink to let go. Soon he's drinking, cause when he don't drink, every day is a day on death row. So he drinks so we don't have to think. Mercy, days bittersweet, when the spirit that's inside of him sinks in his teeth. And the months turn over, May to October. More days pissed than the days he spent sober. Skin looks older, demeanor gets colder. Sledgehammer swing to that chip on your shoulder. A cold prison deep in alcoholism. 40% proof, no juice. Inhibition get loose, bad decision and taboos. When we're living for the booze, who's who he lose himself to? One too many, 1, 2, 3 shots down. Drown those sorrows up in London town. If we in for a penny, we in for a pound. down, fate comes full circle. Now it's Vinny boys round.
Okay, well, I did not realize that this video apparently has Richard's tale in it. So I'm totally fine with going ahead and getting into that. You know, he just, these characters, he just set them up so well. And I mean, again, for each of these characters, pretty much for each of the characters that we've dealt with so far, they just have had a rough start of things, or possibly developed into that. But he has so much passion while he's performing these that it makes at least me feel that these are all real people. These are all real characters, somebody he knew of, whatever. He just does that good of a job in making you believe and making you feel, you know, sorrow or sympathy or whatever emotion might be needed at the time. He is really good at the way he puts these songs together and pulling those emotions out. You know, however I feel about any particular part of this, I don't think is an accident. I think that's, you know, just his awesome gift to be able to manipulate our emotions in a good way. So apparently we're getting into Richard's tale. I do remember from the end of Violet's tale or at the end of Screech's tale, that Richard was the cop. So, and I think Richard also showed up at the end of Vincent's tale. Was it Sunflowers? I'm terrible with names of things and people, so let's get into this. This looks like it's Richard's tale. We're just going to keep on going with it.
Sirens start singing as the screws murder silence. Stand on my Miranda, my right to remain violent. One man's resistance is another man's tyrant. When tyrants make the law, they go to war with non-compliance.
Sorry to pause it so soon again, but Miranda rights here in this country, here in the United States, I know that, you know, police officers are required to read somebody their Miranda rights. You know, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say will be used against you, and so forth and so on. Do they have Miranda laws over in the UK, or at least, you know, some type of a law that's equivalent to Miranda? Just, I don't know. He said that, and it just made me think that. So, all right, let's get back into this.
Sirens start singing as the screws murder silence. Stand on my Miranda, my right to remain violent. One man's resistance is another man's tyrant. When tyrants make the law, they go to war with non-compliance. Locked up, Vinny been locked up since his mother knocked up. Kitty grew up fast, pulled his socks up, chop chop. Keep that credit top top. Time is money, tick tock. Quantify the price upon your soul and then it's chop shop. Not particularly special, Vinny spent his life a vessel for the musings of the devil. Repetition caused some issues, turned a hide into a jackal. Building pressure in the kettle, bubble up to boiling level. Ooh man, he's a mad lad, falling on the warpath. Vinny split the atom like like a Nagasaki bloodbath. Skies are raining black ash, copper car lights flash. Red and blue kaleidoscope, some folks don't like that. Never mind, just a victim of society. The one that serves you alcohol and sells you your sobriety. The one that sells you sex as it pedestals virginity. The one where we elect these lying pests with God ability. 1 to the 2 to the 3 to the 1. Our boy spun his own web-fed tarantulas come like 9 to the 9 to the 9. Through his crimes, timelines intersect. Richard's fate was designed. Just set the scene, it's 2019. Richard and a boy named Screech. The hands of fate, they touch and read. Siblings buried, blood it bleeds. Etched in Richard's memories. Force a model, troubled sleep. Takes a time of absently. Hitting the bottle to soften the blow. In the walls of yourself when there's nowhere to go. When his friends on the force, they don't call, they don't show. Go to therapy, regularly seem to plateau. When his popo went loco and woe so low that his mojo no mono rebound no yo-yo. And so the time it moved slow-mo. You see the case was never closed, cause the motive was confusing. Orphan killed his sister, but his sister was removed when the mother died in childbirth, but dying womb life brings. The cycle of samsara always was quite amusing. Brother killed his sister, but the records seem to show the brother never met his sister, didn't even know. So the tragedy was a catastrophe, a fate fucked up. Rich is losing sleep while his whole family's talked up. The 5 stages of grief is a common psychological model, often used to provide reassurance to all those stricken by loss. For loss comes with a cost like frostbite, shockingly cold, paving the road to decomposure, decomposing your soul. 1. Denial, pretending for a while, reality retired, but everything is changing. Richie lost the will to smile, how to reconcile when murdering a child. The 2nd stage is anger, feel it bubbling the bile. Anger damn the man that served the hand that wrote the plan. If God is will that's good and grand, then damn we are all a damn forsaken by creation. Revelations Richard cannot stand. The 3rd stage is bargaining, begging God for second chance. Lord, I know it is a reach, but I'm begging on my knees. Resurrect the boy James, resurrect the boy Screech. I'll devote my life to thee, I will live a life of peace. Stage 4 is depression, that's a lesson taught in grief. Depression, demonic like possession, that feeds upon this spark for life. No water is refreshing, no sunlight brings him warmth, no sleep will ever bring resting. His guilt and doubt are oh so loud, the silence sounds so deafening. Depression, depression, the numbing of expression, the negative obsession, ruminating in oppression. Stressing is a lesson when your mind begins reflecting. That's stage number 5. 5 is acceptance. Souls get shaken up. The road's never quite ideal, but slow rise, dust it off. And let me tell you something, Richie, man, I'm proud, cause you pulled a stitch from the seam, the wound was open weeping. Felt like a regression, but that flesh was set for healing. You wrestled imperfections, misdirections, what with demons. Most demons are a fallen angel, truth has double meanings. Perspective disconnects the trauma, trauma turns to lessons. The biggest curse you'll ever face could be your greatest blessing. Remember, in the darkest times, no need for second guessing. No path is ever linear, a stumble leads to stepping. You're a soldier, a scholar of life's sorrow, and day follows day. There will always be tomorrow when it gets colder. Whatever, it's only weather. Rain feeds the crops, let them grow, think clever. I'm so fucking proud of you, Richie, my boy. I know you're itchy, my boy, to get to work and deploy. Serve and protect my don, in for the right reason. I know you think you done wrong, but look at who you become. It's your first day at work, big man. Hold that head up high, my friend. Come on. We're all proud of you, Richie. I hope you get out there and smash it. I mean, what could go wrong?
All right. So that was REN, Vincent's Tale, The Bedroom, which I am assuming that the bedroom represented the cell that he was in. If I'm wrong about that, let me know. But then we had Richard's Tale. Um, again, his storytelling is just second to none. I mean, for the most part, I'm not going to say there's not good storytellers now, but I really don't think that there are artists out there whose talent is storytelling, like it was back in the 70s, even into the 80s. Um, I don't know. They just told stories differently and better, in my humble opinion. But so this song or both of these tales, they didn't um, lack in talent, lack in what am I trying to say? In the ability to put something together like this. Um, his rapping, even though I am not a huge rap music fan, um, his is just more than spouting words. He spouts meaning and does an excellent job at it. So again, I went ahead and did both of them. I'm gonna put both of them out on here. Um, what can you say? Ren is a talented guy, and I think that I have. Is it Starry Night? I believe is the next one, which is the one that's up on the screen there. But I'm not going to get into it on this reaction. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this as much as I did. If you did, please hit that like button, subscribe, comment, go over to my Patreon. All those things will be listed down in the description. Let me just encourage you, and especially, I encourage you in all of my videos that I do, but especially in RENs, because I know that a big part of his platform is love, concern, and care for mental health issues and people who are suffering from some type of mental health disorder or disease. Again, mine, depression, PTSD. You can sprinkle a little bit of OCD and a couple other things in on mine. But just, again, one of the biggest lies that I told myself and I've heard other people say is that nobody cares about me. I'm not important, which I don't feel like I'm important. But I just want y'all to know that you do not have to go through mental health issues by yourself. Do not believe that there's nobody out there that cares. Don't believe that there's nobody out there that loves you. There are people out there for you. You don't have to go it alone. And most mental health issues you don't want to go through alone. It's always better to have that other person there to be able to talk to be able to bounce things off of, to be able to vent to, and to get some good advice back on how, what can help you personally. So just remember that. Thank you for watching this video, and until next time.